a friend of mine, and I'm saying you're my friend. I certainly hope that I can call you my friend, because we do seem to agree on a lot of things, and we don't have to agree on everything. But this friend recently asked me how I felt, or what I thought about this Nenshi, and can't remember their name, but they announcing their bid for the NDP leadership, and so I wanted to address that because my response was I wasn't really sure. Actually, let me see here. Yeah, what I said to them is I don't know him or anything about him. Now, I'm going to expound on the rest of my answer to this friend of mine, in the sense that at one point I was considering, and in the last provincial election I did actually vote for NDP because I voted specifically to try and prevent Danielle Smith and the PCs from gaining or keeping control of Alberta. So in essence, I was voting. I won't say out of hate, but I voted out of spite, which was simply I did not want the PCs in charge for 4 years, for 4 more years. And so I had considered, at one point that I considered myself a supporter of the NDP party. I was. However, one of the reasons that I began to form this party, the Working Class Canadians for Alberta, is because in every political race that I can remember ever since I was a kid, I don't remember ever seeing a political campaign based on what the party plans to do for the people if they get elected. And I could be wrong. Bear in mind, my level of political exposure is not omniscient, okay? But all the campaigning that I can remember, and all of the campaigning that I'm seeing now, including just the leadership race for the NDPs, it is about pointing out how horrible their opposition is. The very first statement or speech that I'm sorry, Nenshi, the very first speech I saw from this Nenshi gentleman was talking about all the bad things that the PC government is doing, has done, plans to do. So rather than tell me why I should support him as the leader of the NDP and potentially the leader of my province in the next provincial election in 2027, all he's done is show all the bad things, all the reasons I shouldn't vote for PCs. And on the federal level, the PCs, they don't talk about the good things they're going to do, or what they plan to do to earn the votes of the people that they're asking to vote for them. All they do is talk about all the horrible things that the Liberal government has done. And the Liberal is the Liberal NDP alliance. Okay? But I don't want to vote for somebody because they're the lesser of two evils. And I don't think that people I don't think Albertans should select a leader based on which one will do the least amount of damage to our province in the 4-year term that they are elected. Okay? I think we need to elect a leadership that will do good things, that will undo damage done by previous administration, and work toward a better life, a better way of life, and a better standard of living for the people that voted for them. It shouldn't be choose me because I suck less than they do. It should be choose me because I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. Now, I understand that not all fairy tales begin with once upon a time. Very many of them begin with, if elected, I promise to. But voting for a party because they suck less at being a leader than the other party is a really horrible way to look at your world, I think. The way that we should be looking at our leaders, the way that we should be choosing our leaders, should be what they say they're going to do. And I understand that there aren't really a lot of systems in place, working systems in place, to hold those leaders to account for the promises that they made before they got elected that they didn't even attempt to fulfill after the election. But it needs to be understood by these people, these politicians, that you were chosen by the people to do a job. The job that you're being paid to do is to look out for the interests of the people that elected you. And if you can't do that, get out of the office. Don't stick around collecting your salary, building your pension, and making your friends rich on the backs of the people that put you in that job. That's not what democracy is supposed to be about. We need to do better. And the Working Class Canadians Party is forming so that Albertans have a better choice. I'm not going to run a campaign based on hatred. I'm not going to run a campaign based on talking about how bad the other candidates are. What I want, the party that I want to lead, or the party that I want to represent Alberta, is a party that not only prioritizes Albertans, but gives them a clear understanding of what to expect after the election, and then makes every effort to fulfill those promises. Because the priorities that a party has should not be to get elected and collect a paycheck. The priority should be to do as much good for the province as they can in the time they are given. Maybe it's rose-colored glasses thinking. Maybe I'm naive. But I truly believe that if a party is elected to lead the province and they do well, that they will get reelected just based on the fact that they did what they said they were going to do, and it made people's lives better. And that's what we need to do.